YouTube, we need to have a conversation. I know what the issue is. You've been going through life just lying to yourself, telling yourself all these false fallacies, putting too much either logic or too much emotion into your thoughts, not giving your best at work. Well, in this video we're going to talk about today, I'm going to help you with some of the top reasons that you need to stop lying to yourself for the better. If you're enjoying this video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment below. Make sure you subscribe because I drop videos 5 times a week. Take your Thor hammer and just bang that notification bell. But today's topic is going to be fire. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
All right, here's the deal. There's 3 reasons why you need to stop lying to yourself. Actually, there's a whole lot more, but for the sake of time, we only going to talk about 3 today. And the first one is you need to understand that you just need some mental clarity. Right now, I know what the biggest problem is, and I had this conversation yesterday. You have logic and you have emotion. And let's say that there's a Libra scale, right? And you got logic on one side and you got emotions on one side. A lot of people put too much stock in their emotions. Therefore, their logic gets kind of tarnished or brainwashed, or there's not a lot of emphasis on it. And then there's some people that has a whole lot of logic up here and they don't have enough emotion in it. So you have to find that right balance of logic and emotion. But the problem is when you invest too much stock in your emotions, you don't have mental clarity. You don't see things straight. It's cloudy in there. It's like driving through fog where you got to drive like 10 miles an hour because you can't really see what's in front of you. See, when our emotions take over the best of us, we don't have the best clarity, and all that you need is just a little mental clarity. How do you get those mental clarities that I'm talking about? Let's give a few examples. 1, we can try to start thinking logically and rationally in certain situations where our emotions take over us. We can also start to meditate. That has helped me tremendously in the past couple of months. I've been taking up meditation, and it's really cool. Sometimes it's just for sleeping, but that's really cool. Let me tell y'all, I started taking meditating, and they said, I came across one that said sleep meditation. I was like, sleep meditation? Let me try this out. Let me tell y'all, I was on this floor right out here, like in the fetal position within like 2.5 minutes. And I woke up like an hour and a half later, it was probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, whoa, I don't even remember how I got here. I mean, I can't lie to y'all. I promise. I'm a little skeptical about new stuff. I'm willing to try stuff and get outside my comfort zone, but I'm like, sleep meditation, I don't need to listen to somebody, talk and this music and all this to go to sleep. I can go to sleep. I was knocked out in 2 minutes and woke up like I might as well have had my thumb in my mouth. I wish I could go back to the footage from my security cameras to show y'all. I was laid out in the fetal position on the floor. It was night. It was out. But you can try meditating. I mean, it actually works. It helps to deliver some clarity. We all have stress in our lives. Like I have stress in my life as well too. And the amount of time that we limit our stress, the better off that we become. So let's try to exercise things to deliver us mental clarity. Not everything is going to be perfect. You're going to run into obstacles and situations. But if you respond in a negative manner and you respond with a pessimistic attitude and you let your emotions get the best of you and you let your tempers flare and it gets to the point where you start to become aggressive in your conversations, right now your judgment is very cloudy because you're letting something that is a feeling take precedence over what's really important, where in some cases you need to use logic. Now let me go to the opposite end as well too. Anybody know those irrational people that's like 100% logical and have no emotions in what they talk about? Now that's something as well too. Everything is not always black and white. Have you ever heard of the gray area? Where it's kind of, I can see it kind of both ways. So our over logical thinkers as well too, you also need a little bit of mental clarity, and sometimes you need to apply a little bit of emotions in your thought process as well too, and put yourself in other people's positions to see how they may feel as well. So again, you have to find that perfect balance of logic and emotion, because if you don't have that great combination, then lying to yourself and having yourself think in one hard way over the other hard way will not cause you clarity and will not help your cause. Okay? Are we making sense on that? Did anybody get it? Mr. Zach per tweet, can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Okay, just checking, just making sure. Okay, number 2, you have to be brutally honest with yourself. It is so hard for people to look in the mirror and admit when they're wrong. I used to do this a whole lot. I used to do it a whole lot. At the end of I read this quote by a gentleman named Mr. Tony Horton, and he's the guy that invented like P90X and all that kind of stuff. So he had a book, and he had a quote in there that said, "Do your best and forget the rest." And what that simply means is, in any situation, if you gave it your absolute all, then don't worry about anything else. You gave it your best, that's all that matters. If it didn't work out, oh well, move on to the next thing and try again, try harder the next day. And what I took that as is, at the end of the day, I would go home and look in the mirror and I would say, did I do every single thing possible today? Did I give my absolute best in every situation that I did today? And I had to have a reality check. When I started revisiting things, I said, you know what? Dang, I didn't give it my best in that certain situation. I could have went a little bit more above and beyond. And no, when I was doing this, I didn't give it all I had. I probably could have did 2 more push-ups or went just 2 more. I could have, I started reevaluating things. But more importantly, I started to think about work more than anything. And the more that I thought about it and started asking myself every single day, did I give my absolute best? The more I started recognizing that I could do more, and when I started to do more, things got a whole lot better. So you understand how the compound effect of doing great things and doing your best has a great impact on your life. I even still apply it to this day. Even with this show, I grade myself at the end of every single show. I said, man, when I hit this end of this live button, I say, Markiss, did you do yourself? Did you do your absolute best? Some days it's a flat out 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. Sometimes it's a 9, sometimes it's an 8, but recognizing that helps me to get better, and it also is able to provide me with some mental clarity as well. Are you guys picking up what I'm saying? So again, ask yourself, be brutally honest with yourself. Are you doing your absolute best? And don't lie to yourself. Like, that's the whole point of the show, not lying. Be honest. If you are not giving your absolute best, then you have room for improvement. You have room for growth. There's margin for error to overcome that kind of stuff. But if you keep lying to yourself and saying, I'm doing great, I'm doing fantastic, there's no room for improvement, and it's not. I can go on a tangent on this, but I kind of don't want. Okay, forget it, I'm going to go on a tangent. Okay. There's this thing called technique. Technique, it's a big thing. It's not about what you do, it's how you do it. It's not about what you say, it's how you say it. Technique is the biggest part of what we do. I'm telling you, I'm about to get hot right now. I'm going to just tell y'all that right now. Technique is everything. Stop telling yourself that just because you did something, you did it to the best of your ability. Right now, there are a lot of people out there that are not getting the desired results that they want to, and they're just winging life off of the simple fact that they've done something. Doing things is just simply not enough. Going to work and just doing something for the sake of saying I did it is not enough. Let me ask you, what is the method or manner in which you did it? Did you do your absolute best? Did you try to go above and beyond when you did this? What is the emotional connection behind it? Was there some passion behind it? Or did you go into it with the intent of just saying, I did it just for the sake of completing a task and having no other agenda? What about going above and beyond? What about trying to deliver the best result? What about trying to inspire or motivate or help somebody else to get their results? Go into it with the intention of giving it your absolute best. And when somebody approaches you about the things, don't just wave it off and say, hey, yeah, I did that already. How did you do it? How did you do it? Show me how you did it, because there's always room for improvement. If you continue to lie to yourself and you're just going through life checking off the boxes, we like to call that going through the motions, you're not getting the desired results, and it's time to switch it up, and it's time to be honest with yourself. Yeah, you may be doing something, but you're not doing it to the best of your ability. Is somebody feeling me out there? Is it raining on the screen? I can't see right now. Help me out with that one. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry. Here's the deal. Technique is everything. Don't go through the motions. When you go through the motions, you are simply lying to yourself. If you are not getting the desired results that you want to, if your closing percentages aren't sky high, if you're not impacting or inspiring people in the way that you want to, it's because of your technique. Switch up your technique. Okay. I go on tangents sometime. I think that's part of the reason some of y'all come to the Dose House every day. I really do. Zach per tweet one more time.
Hallelujah.
I know he feel me. Okay. Last but not least, number 3. Change what you don't like in the mirror. After you've evaluated yourself, after you've asked yourself, am I doing my absolute best? After you stop lying to yourself, the cool thing is, if you don't like what you see in the mirror, you have the ability to change it. If you don't like your circumstance, you have the ability to change your environment. Never change your destination. Always change the route. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. Never change your destination, the end goal, the end game. But you know on the GPS, when you're here and you're trying to get to here, and you type that address in and you hit go, and they give you 3 different ways that you can kind of get there. Some of you guys are on the longest, hardest way to get there, and it's frustrating, I know, and you just want to turn around and go back home. But no, don't do that. Don't turn around and go back home. You still got to get to right here. You just got to change your route. You got to change your route. Change is what is important, and in order for things to happen, some people are so stubborn. Some people are so stuck in their ways. Some people put too much emphasis on their emotions. Some people are just so hard to penetrate and get through. Some people are just so selfish. Some people are just, I'm sorry, I have moments sometimes because I just wish people would have an optimistic and open-minded and open, just be open to ideas. Some people are just so emotionally torn. Maybe there's some bad situations in your past. Maybe you have been beat down. Maybe you have been drugged through the mud. Maybe life has handed you a bad deal. Maybe some horrible things have happened in your life. I understand it and I get it, and I'm sympathetic and I'm empathetic to your prior situations, but I'm also human and man enough to tell you to man up or woman up and get over it and stop worrying about the past and start worrying about the future. The future is what's at stake, and if you continue to hold on to the past of what's been haunting you, what has been dragging you, this big arm that's been holding you back when you're trying to progress forward, this big weight is lifted on your shoulder. How can you continue to go through life navigating it with 180-pound monsters on your back, and that's all that's in there is the past? Let it go. Let it go. When are you going to start living for the better and stop lying to yourself and empty out this bag? I mean, your door or backpack, what's in there? It's filled with trash. It's filled with negativity. It's filled with doubt. It's filled with fear. It's filled with worry. It's filled with it's filled with cloudy judgment. It's just filled with so much crap. When are you going to dump the slump so you can start navigating life freely? Stop lying to yourself and talking about how the past is preventing you from becoming the future is just because you have cloudy judgment. Clear it out. The fog can go away, but you just got this thing right here. It's all in your mindset. Once you take care of this thing right here, I promise you life starts getting better. The moment I stopped caring about what everybody else thought about me, my life started to get better. The moment that I started looking in the mirror and I started asking myself questions about doing my best, my life got better. And it just kept getting better and better and better. I'm giving you guys the secret sauce today. I'm telling you the ingredients to what I'm telling you. It is yummy in the tummy. You put a little basil leaf, a little paprika on top, a little oregano. You mix that thing in. You stick your finger. It's the secret sauce. You just got to pay attention, but not only pay attention. Don't just come to the dose house every day and listen to me and then leave and go to work and forget everything I say. You have to apply the things that I'm talking about daily. I'm about to mess this up, and I don't even care, but I want to show y'all something. My camera's about to get all out of whack, but again, I don't even care. I want you to look at something. You see this? You see this? Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Those 2 things right there. Now I'm going to be really mad because this thing is on a really bad thing, but I don't really care. Every single day. Did I get it back normal? Okay, whatever. We'll just leave it at that. I don't care. Every single day I look at that, and it's kind of hard to tell because it's on camera, but there's a lot of information. I mean, that right there is the secret sauce to life right there, and I look at it every single day. You say, Marcus, how do you wake up 6:30 a.m., get on this thing? Gosh, I hate the fact that that's crooked. Y'all know me. I'm a little OCD. Marcus, how do you wake up so early and you just have so much energy and you come to inspire and this and that and blah, blah, blah? It's because I have a deep, powerful why. The reason that I do this is deep and powerful to the point where I don't feel like doing it. It doesn't matter anymore because that's way more important. You guys are way more important. My future is way more important. This camera angle is important. Anyway, man, I don't have the checklist today, so I'm going to just run it down here real quick. Stop lying to yourself. Your life is going to get tremendously better once you take these 3 tips into consideration and apply the things that I talked about a whole lot more. Number 1, get yourself some mental clarity. Number 2, be brutally honest with yourself. Brutally honest. I'm not talking about honest. I'm talking about brutally honest. You got to be so honest with yourself, you may end up crying. I'm just putting it out there. And last but not least, number 3, change what you don't like. Be the change that you want to see. If you can't change your situation, change your environment. Change yourself first and foremost. It all starts with you. Life ain't about what happened to you all the time. It's about how you react to what happens. Just saying. Do you guys know anybody that needs to hear this message? It would be great if you can tag them. It would be even more great if you could share this video out. Please, thank you. What's really great is you can check out my YouTube if you always want the antidote, baby. Hop on over there. Search my name right now. Thank you, Mr. Who did it? Jeff Baker, the Baker Man. Thank you for subscribing yesterday. I greatly appreciate it. All the antidotes are on there. If you are a manager, if you are a boss, if you are a leader, if you have a staff, and you know people that need the antidote, head on over to my YouTube page and show them some of these videos. It can help impact their life for the better. And you can also save a lot of time if you're watching it on a replay. But the best way to catch me is live Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. Search for The Daily Dose Show in the search bar on Facebook. Make sure you hit the one with the thumbs up button, the 3 dots underneath it. Hit the following button, then hit see first, and change your notification settings so you can always catch me live. Check out the outro.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to The Daily Dose. I hope you got your antidote today. Your daily dose of positivity, inspiration, and motivation. Check me out every Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time Zone on Facebook Live. And don't forget to Hulk smash that share button.
Do what I do from the heart and I don't expect nothing in return. I'm a kid from the south side of Chicago that's here to make the world smile and change people's lives. Thank y'all for helping me do it. Y'all have a fantastic